What's up, Brandon here, and today I wanted to break down the 7-step process that we use to create a structure for an ad for our clients. Now, some people will tell you that you just, can get behind a computer, start to fiddle around and start testing some things. So yeah, that can work. That can work. And I mean, if you don't have a structure, then you got to start somewhere. But since you're here watching this video, start to implement the 7-step process and see how well it works for you. The first thing that we want to do for our clients is help them identify their interest, the target market that they're going after, right? So what we want to do is have 5 to 6 of those minimum. Okay, now you can have up to like 10 or 15 of them if you can really have a product that can serve the masses. But if you're looking at like very niche specific kinds of things, then you want to have at least 5 or 6 demographics. So for what we were helping create for a client of ours was basically a funnel that was going to get them to purchase a 2.5-day mastermind ticket that was going to be sold at $1,500. And we're bringing them in through an offer of a giveaway, or through a giveaway, and then we're going to upsell them through a video sales letter. Then we're going to get them into, it's basically only for a book, right? So the book is, I think, $40 that we're giving them 50% off on. And then that's going to take them to the next upsell, which is going to be, instead of paying $1,500, go ahead and get access to the mastermind for $5. So that's the process of the funnel that we're creating. And so what we want to do is identify what target markets would want to actually show up to that mastermind, the information there, right? Because it's a sales seminar, basically, is what he's putting on. And if we can get people to show up at that event, what kind of people would he want in the room, right? Who has the biggest problem that he's going to help solve? So we identify 5 major interests that we can go after and start targeting. Then you want to prioritize those. So off to the left, just put a number 1 next to the first priority, to the one that would be what we would call the lowest hanging fruit. Next, once you have your interests prioritized, okay, go to the major pain points. That's what we want to focus on next. So now that you know who you're going to talk to, okay, because you have your number 1 targeted interest, you're going to now figure out what is their major pain point. You want to list out 6 of those. Okay, so you want to have 6 to 7 of those major pain points. Then what you've just done is you've created a combination that is like, it's crazy. I mean, think about it. That one demographic that you were going to go after now has 7 different pain points. So those are 7 different solutions you can offer as far as a giveaway, as far as a product that you want to create, as far as how you want to bring them in, right? What magnet are you going to use to pull them in, whether it be to purchase or become a lead? And at that point, you want to prioritize that list. So now you got to think, okay, what's the strongest pain point? What is the major pain point? Out of those 6, what do we believe is the one? Do some research. Go into some forums. You don't have to just guess on this. There's data out there. There's things out there. There's people out there you can ask. Go into a private group, right? Ask to join a private group that revolves around that one targeted interest, and then ask them, hey, what's everybody doing right now? What's the big problem? I mean, you might not get any answers, but when you can get feedback from the people who are actually in there, you're going to be on the winning side majority of the time. So after we end up doing the major pain point, we figure those things out, then we want to go to number 3, which is going to be the headline. Now, this is where a lot of people have it backwards. You want to craft the headline first. You want to craft the headline based off of the major pain point. And you want to create it in a hook kind of way. You want to have that hook attachment, right? You want to be able to get them to lure themselves in. You want it to be direct, you want it to be precise, and you want it to be brief. They say that after studies, I think it was on Espresso did a study auditing like 300,000 accounts, and they found that the number 1 actual length, the number 1 length of converting sales or lead generation funnel, everything coming from an ad, we were looking at 5 words. 5 words. So the long titles, the really descriptive, the 3 or 4 blocks. Now they can work. Sometimes it's necessary. So don't get me wrong. Don't try and get behind your computer and say, oh, well, dang it, this one's 6. I can't do it. Don't do that, okay? I'm just sharing with you what they say. I have titles, as I'm going to share with you in a second. This one that we went with was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But it has the word A, right? So A, like as A. So that's almost like, 1 word. But either way, there's like 5, 6, or 7 words. It's totally fine. And so once you get the pain point, you create the headline, right? And again, you want to have multiple headline options. You want to go through as many as you can. You want to have a list of them. And then that's going to allow you to basically reorganize them. So you're going to see something from this one, something from this one, once they're all in front of you, right? So as your brain's going, just start writing. Just start writing. That's what I do. I just write. And we think about the things after we get them out of our head. So after you're thinking, you're going to hold it up. Maybe none of them are good. Maybe none of the headlines are even good, and you have to do it again. Totally fine. You can do the exercise as often as you want. Put some music on. Go read another book. Go just take a walk, right? Get some fresh air. Some of those things can usually stimulate the brain and get you to get a little bit creative. And that's what we want. We want to have a creative headline that's going to be brief, precise, to the point, going to be short, right? We want it to be about 5 words. And then you want to be able to have that hook element, okay? Something that's going to hook them in, because that's really the first thing they're going to see. They see the image and then that headline. People can't go past not reading the headline. If they stop to look at that image, they're reading the headline. Headline is very powerful. You can spend hours on that and it still might not be long enough, okay? So make sure that it's something that you put at the front of your priority list, okay? Next, after we get the, what is it called? The headline, we want to go into the hook. So once we get the hook, now we're looking at the actual first sentence, possibly first 2 or 3 sentences of your ad copy. This ad copy is going to get them to literally hook them in. And so typically you want this hook to be what is relatable or what is congruent on the next page. So let's say you have a lead page that you created, and that lead page is going to be, say, about capturing leads, or how to get more leads for your business. And if that first hook, if that first sentence inside the copy, or in, the first couple sentences inside the copy does not speak to that headline that you have on your lead page, it's not going to make sense. They're going to actually subconsciously be confused, and it's going to kick them away. So we want to use the headline here, the headline here at the bottom, the one that is over here. We want to create that, right? And we want to use that in our headline, in our lead page. We also want to have that headline speak to our hook, okay? You see how everything meshes together. Now, something for the hook, just to let you know, there's like 6, according to Digital Marketer, there's about 6 that they've seen to work really well. And they've tested with billions of dollars, or millions and millions of dollars. And so there's like the average day. So you might want to start off with, does your average day look like, you chasing your leads across the internet just to find out they're not qualified in the long run, right? Something like that. Or does your average day look like? And then you want to use either the feel, right? So do you feel like, use the status, would you like to be up here? There's about 3 more that you can start using. And then we have, there's a bunch of them. You don't really have to have it, but you want to also form it in a way of a question. So the first sentence of the hook, you want to make it a question, typically, and you want to make it a yes question, right? To where they're nodding their head yes. And you want to add that hook in there where it's, does your average day look like? Do you feel, what's the status, right? We have speed and automation, results, right? So what is it that they're going to turn that into a hook? And then what we have is the image ideas. So once you get through all of this, now we're going to focus on the image, because based off of the headline, based off of the targeted interest, based off of the major pain point, based off of all these elements, we're now going to go and look for an image. We're going to go and then start to create an image. Now, you don't want to pull random images off of Google. What you want to do is you want to go and create them. You want to create them either in Canva yourself or hire a designer to do it for you. You can get them done on Fiverr for like 15 bucks, and you can start doing it that way. Next thing is you want to have multiple image ideas. So that way you can give those ideas to your designer, or you can give those ideas to somebody who's going to do it for you, or now you have more things to play with. Once you get through that, okay, you have the image chosen, right? Because we're going to be testing variations of that as well. Once you have the image chosen, now it's all up to the description. The description is going to be what's underneath the headline inside the ad. That description is going to be benefits driven, okay? Benefits driven, and make it another call to action. So put a call to action in there and make it benefits driven, and you're going to be in a winning spot. The final part is the actual call to action button. Now, you can have it without a button. Let's say you're running a mobile ad. You can have it without the button. That'll make the headline space a little bit longer. But then again, there's no button, and we've seen that buttons actually work to get people to click through. It's an extra call to action. So you want to have multiple calls to actions throughout it. I encourage you to keep the button on there, and typically the button that works the best is the learn more. It's less threatening than anything else out there. It allows people to figure out, okay, well, I'm just going to learn more. I'm not going to download anything. It's not going to just hit my inbox, or I'm not going to get hit with like a virus. Nothing's going to happen right now. I'm going to go ahead and learn more. And it's just less threatening. It seems to work a little bit better. And so those are the 7 things that you want to be able to do before you sit down and create your ad. Go through the targeted markets and interests, have multiple of those, prioritize them. Go through the major pain points, prioritize those. Go to the headline and have variations of those. Take that, create the hook. From the hook, you go to the image ideas. From the image ideas, you go to the description, then the call to action. Once you have all that together for you, I'm telling you, you'll be in a much better place to be able to get those results you're looking for. So if you liked this video today and you found some value in it, man, I went to work on that. That's a lot of work right there. Then go ahead and like, comment, and share this, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.